Good evening, and I welcome you, students. Very important topic in the coordination compound. Students, earlier we have been telling you the naming of the coordination compound, isomerism in coordination compounds. All this has been done. Coordination compounds are very important for their large number of applications. Biologically also, catalysts also. We will see when we will study the applications. And a lot of important points are there about coordination compounds. Your biological system, student. They contain coordination compounds. The chlorophyll also is a coordination compound of magnesium, and so many things we will study in the applications of the coordination compound. Now, what we important point is that Werner gave a theory, student, which he said there are two type of valencies. That is what he said: primary and secondary. What do you find? Secondary valence are
Mm-hmm.
those which are bonded with the metal ion, and primary were those which were there were counter ions which were ionizable, and the oxidation number of the metal ion. We have seen that. Now, that theory is incomplete by all means because it does not explain, student, the magnetic properties of the coordination compounds and their optical properties of the coordination compounds. It also does not explain the directional properties, why they are having definite octahedral shape, square planar shape, tetrahedral shape. All this we have seen, student. They have definite um, properties, student, definite geometries, which we have shown you, directional properties. So, why certain elements are forming coordination compounds, others are not. You have seen that these are the elements of the transition element which we are mainly working, student, the 3D series. I told you here is the everything for us in the paper and in the exam. Which series?
Mm-hmm.
3D.
Yes, sir.
Scandium, titanium,
Seriously.
magnesium, chromium, up to it goes up to copper, zinc. So this series is what we will be studying most of the time, and we are interested to see that what theory can be given, student, to explain, student, the directional properties, magnetic properties, and other properties of the transition element. So one of the theory which we are studying, student, valence bond theory. Question will be there in the paper. 100%
Yes, sir.
will come. They call it VBT. VBT, student.
Yes, sir.
Valence bond theory. What is his valence bond theory, student?
Uh-huh.
So what they are saying, student, you have a metal. What do you have? Metal, atom or ion? Do you have? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. We have.
Okay, M. You have M, student, which is our metal, atom and ion. What are the orbitals, students? If I take 3D series, for example, the orbitals which are available, student, N minus 1D, NS,
Hmm.
NP, ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
और ND orbitals are available. The electrons could be in these, students. N minus 1D, because in the transition element you have seen penultimate orbital D is where the electron is entering, last electron. You have seen that 3D1,
Mm-hmm.
3D2, 3D3. So, and 4s2 was filled. You have seen 4s2 was filled. And electrons, then 4p is also there. 4p orbital is also there, student. It can be used. If an orbital is available, let me tell you, orbital means here is a space for acceptance of a electron pair. So if such orbitals are available, this is the inner, there is an outer orbital also D, outer orbital also D.
Mm-hmm.
This is 3D, then this is 4D. All these are also available, student, which can accept pairs of electrons from the ligands. Because you said that in coordination compound, ligands are electron donors and the metal ions are electron acceptors, student. Why will they accept electron?
Yes, sir.
If only if they have vacant orbitals. If there are only vacant rooms, people can go inside and sleep there. Tell me. If you don't have a room, where will
Yes,
the
sir.
people go? Therefore, student, these orbitals are important. But what happens is, according to valence bond theory, when the ligands approach, the metal ion, these orbitals which are there, student, they get hybridized. Hybridized. It is
Yes, sir.
based on the hybridization of the orbitals. What I'm trying to say, student? You have the orbitals. ठीक है? Which orbitals the metal ion have, student? N minus 1D. NS, NP, ND. For example, you have 3D, you have 4S student, 4P and 4D. All these orbitals are there. In 3D, how many
Hmm.
orbitals are there in 3D? 5? 1. How many
Yes,
rooms are
sir.
there here? You have 5 3D orbitals, you have only one S orbital, you have 3P, 4P, and how many D? Again, you have
Hmm.
5. These are available, students. Electrons are in
Yes,
which?
available, sir.
3D and 4S. Now, when the ligands come, student, what they do? They hybridize these orbitals. Hybridization takes place. Hybridization takes place. Why hybridization takes place? Because hybrid orbitals are more stable, students. These will get mixed up to form equivalent hybrid orbital, students. Because whenever hybrid orbitals are formed, they are more stable. And once equivalent empty hybrid orbitals are available, what will happen? They can accept, student, lone pairs of electrons. So these hybrid
Yes, sir.
orbitals, what we are saying, these hybrid orbitals will be formed. What will be formed? Hybrid orbitals. And the
Okay.
vacant hybrid orbitals can accept what? Electron pairs, students, from
Hmm.
the
Yes,
ligand,
sir.
from the ligands. And this
Okay.
will result in the formation of coordination compound. And students, we are already aware that if hybridization is there, we are aware what type of distribution of orbitals is there in space, student. We already know the shapes of the orbitals and the shapes of the hybrid orbitals. So this will give us a definite geometry or direction, student. So we have a table which shows us that a definite geometry will be formed, student. For example, you said ki large number of coordination compounds which have coordination number 6. They are octahedral in shape.
Hmm.
What shape they have? Octahedral. Coordination number 4, you are saying either they are square planar or tetrahedral. Two shapes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now further, more hybrid orbitals have different shapes, students. So on the basis of hybridization, it will be possible to predict the geometry of these coordination compound. One. Second thing, we could predict the magnetic properties if we know how many unpaired electrons are there. If there are unpaired electrons, then compound will become paramagnetic. If there is no unpaired electron, then diamagnetic. We know about it. And also we have told you how to calculate the magnetic moment, students. What is the formula to calculate the magnetic moments is already known to you. What formula was used? Mu is equal to square root n plus 2. The spin only magnetic
Hmm.
moment. What was this formula? Spin, we have told you what was that? Spin only magnetic moment. We
Yes,
calculated
sir.
n is the number of unpaired electron in Bohr magnetism. We have shown that. Therefore, here is an interesting thing, student. Table, we should learn this table because it will help us in predicting the geometry of the coordination compounds. And experimentally, what we do, student, determine whether the given compound is paramagnetic or diamagnetic. How experimentally I can find.
Magnetic. Yes, sir.
And we can also measure experimentally the magnetic
Hmm.
moments. So that will tell us how many unpaired
Hmm.
electrons are present in a coordination compound. Let me see.
Okay.
The first one I am saying, when coordination number is 4, student. What are the possible hybridizations? sp3 and dsp2. And if sp3 hybridization takes place, what will be the distribution of hybrid orbital in space? Tetrahedral, student, geometry. dsp2 is square planar. So
Yes, sir.
based on hybridization, we know the distribution of hybrid orbital in space, student. That will give us the geometry, student. We will come to know the geometry of these orbitals. Therefore, students,
Okay, sir.
if a coordination number is 5, then sp3d, which is a trigonal bipyramidal shape, student, you are aware of these shape is tetrahedral shape. You know if this is a metal, student. These are the ligands. This is my tetrahedral student. You are aware of this tetrahedral. Bond angle is 109.5 degree. Square planar also you know student if you have. So depending on the hybridization, the shape could be tetrahedral.
Yes, sir.
This is sp3. This is dsp2 students. Trigonal bipyramidal also you know you have a metal. And students you have this type of shape student ligand. This is our trigonal bipyramidal student. Is a triangle and bipyramidal octahedral shape you are aware of student. This is sp3d. Octahedral two possibilities are there, sp3d2 and d2sp3. One is called inner orbital
Okay,
complex. Inner d orbital is involved inner orbital complex. Inner orbital. Outer d is involved outer orbital. We will see how we will explain all this important. We will note down everything student. How do we draw this octahedral? We have already shown you. How do I draw student? You are aware of the octahedral. So six ligand, all everything you know about the student. So student, we are saying this metal gets the orbitals of the metal are hybridized when ligands come, not before the ligands come. When ligands come and form equivalent, more stable hybrid orbitals. And
yes,
on
sir.
that theory, student, we will be able to explain student the magnetic properties. What we want to explain student? Two things, magnetic properties by this VBT. And second, I have told you directional, the geometry student, the geometry. So these are the main targets in this theory. May I proceed further student? You have noted down everything, then I will proceed further. Note down each and every point, each and every line, anything can be question in the paper. I always tell the student, stay alert student, pay attention to each and every word.
Yes, sir.
All right, students. Now we'll see that what type of questions are coming, how will we solve them? Okay. Question was that you are given a complex student CONH3 63 plus.
Yes, sir.
Complex is called inner orbital or low spin or spin paired complex. Low spin or spin paired complex. We have to use valence bond theory student to predict the hybridization. What we find? Hybridization. Once I know the hybridization, I know the shape. And second, the magnetic properties are determined experimentally, whether it is paramagnetic or diamagnetic.
Yes, sir.
So we have to explain all this. How will we attempt a question in the paper now? First student, I told you this is important. Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, and zinc. This I always remember. 21 atomic number 2, 30 students. Because electronic configuration should be known, then only I can proceed further. Without that, nothing. What is that? Cobalt here. Atomic number of cobalt. Tell me student, what is the atomic number of CO, cobalt? 22, 23, 24, 25,
27.
27 students. What is the configuration which I write? What I write student? This 3D7 and 4S2. Right? These two go in the S. And this goes in the 3D. We have told you the trick. A simple trick. No problem. Got it? Only if an exception is there in some cases. Exception is there where half filled or completely filled orbitals are more stable. Okay. Now, what you need? What is the oxidation number of cobalt here, student? This is hexaamine cobalt 3 ion. What is the IUPAC name of this? Hexaamine cobalt 3. You know how to name them? IUPAC naming I have told you. IUPAC question will be there. Hexaamine Cobalt, what is the oxidation state? 3 ion, right?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Now cobalt is in which oxidation state here? 3 plus. This is simple cobalt. What will be cobalt 3 plus, students?
Yes, sir.
Electron will go from S, and then what will be the D count? D count will be 3d6. Am I right or wrong? Tell me.
Right, sir.
3 electrons will be lost, 2 plus 1. You have 3d6. Now students, it says that low spin or spin paired complex. Let us see, student. Let us see what is the story. How do I draw, student? First I have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my 3D. You have 4s, student. You have 4p. And you have 4d. Orbital, student. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 3d6.
Yes, sir.
4s is vacant. What is 3d6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, student. ठीक है? Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
There are 4 unpaired electrons. This is a high spin. Low spin means what, student? That as soon as these ligands are coming, they will pair this up, student. These electrons will be paired. What will be the result of that? If they get paired, student. These 2 electrons are not unpaired, student. They get paired. 1, 2. This
Paired.
is paired. Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Paired.
Clear, sir.
I don't need in this case 4D, but I have shown it. Now, students, these are vacant. How many orbitals you need in this case? 6 ligands are coming. How many ligands? 6 ligands.
6.
NH3, 6 are coming, student. They have lone pairs of electron. How many orbitals you need, student? This is 3D, this is 4s, this is 4p. So you will mix how many? 2, 3, and 3. This becomes 6, student.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what will be that? D2 sp3. D2 sp3. How many orbitals will be there in D2 sp3? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is our D2 sp3 hybrid orbitals now.
Yes, sir.
Hybrid orbitals are always equivalent. Always equivalent, you know, they are all same. No issue. How many
Yes,
ligands
sir.
are coming? 6. 6 ligands are coming, student, and they will need 6 orbitals. Now you have 6, and they will donate their lone pair of electron. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 3, 5, and 6. Okay. Each is giving
Yes,
its
sir.
lone pair of electron and forming the complex ion. What complex is being formed? CO NH3 6 3 plus formed. What is the hybridization? Answer. What is the hybridization? Tell me. Hybridization is D2 sp3.
sp3.
Inner
Yes,
d orbital is used. We call this inner, number 2 point, inner orbital complex.
Okay.
Inner orbital complex, students. Any unpaired electrons? Tell me. All. No unpaired
sir.
electrons. So this is low spin. Low spin, I will say low spin or spin paired complex. What I call this? Spin paired complex, students.
Complex.
Then it will be diamagnetic, students. And what will be the geometry of this? Octahedral.
Okay, sir.
Therefore, note down this point, student. By using valence bond theory, I can find out the information, magnetic properties, students, and what type of complex is this. hybridization geometry. This can be obtained by using the valence bond theory. Important, very important. Any
Yes, sir.
doubt, students?
No, sir.
Okay. You have noted? Noted.
Yes, sir.
All right. Can I proceed further? Or you want to note down anything?
Yes, sir. No, 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 sir. No, sir. You can proceed further.
See, note down each and every word. Important. Take a screenshot. They will all help you because one question is coming in the paper. We don't have to mug it, just we have to do it. Learn it, student, learn it.
Do it, obviously.
And if you have any doubt, student, you should ask it. Don't worry about it. Now is the time to
Yes,
remove
sir.
your doubts.
Yes, sir.
All right, student.
No doubt, sir. Clear.
Okay. Now, student, we are coming to another one. We have a complex ion, student, COF63 minus. This is a anionic complex. This is also a complex of the cobalt,
Yes, sir.
student. That was also the complex of the cobalt, CO. This is also CO. The ligand is different. Ligand is different. What is the IUPAC name of these students? Okay. They ask you IUPAC name of this complex. What will be the IUPAC name of this complex, student? Hexa anionic complex, hexafluorido.
Yes, sir.
And what will be that? Anionic complex. Cobaltate
Okay.
3 ion, right? Because cobalt is in which state?
Yes, sir.
3 state.
Okay.
Now, students, this is an outer orbital or a high spin complex. What it means, high spin complex, student? There are unpaired electrons present in it, student. Unpaired electrons. So, student, how do we
Okay.
proceed? You have cobalt, student. We have just seen 27. And what is the cobalt? You are saying 3D7, 4S2, student, and cobalt 3 plus. Oxidation state is 3 plus, is
Yes, sir.
3D6, students. And he is saying it is a high spin complex.
Okay.
Therefore, student, it has got unpaired electrons.
Okay.
All right. So how do I proceed, student? Then what do you have? 3D. 1, 2, 3, 4, student. You have 4S. Student, you have 4P. And you have 4D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4D. ठीक है? D count
Yes,
is
sir.
D count. It is called D count. D count is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now this is high spin means this has
Okay, sir.
unpaired electrons. Unpaired electrons. How many it has? 4 unpaired electrons. As you can
Yes,
see,
sir.
4 unpaired electrons. This ligand is not able to pair up them. So they are not available for hybridization because there is an electron in them. So how will I hybrid? How many orbitals I need, student? 6. What I need is 6 hybrid orbitals. Because how many ligands are there?
Yes, sir.
6F. There are lone pairs of electrons. 6F are coming, student, 6 ligands. So what I will
Okay.
use now, then I will use this S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many? S, P3 and D2. I have used
Yes,
the
sir.
outer d orbital. What is this? Outer
Outer d orbital.
orbital complex. What is this called, student? Outer orbital complex. This is an outer orbital complex, student. Hybridization is sp3d2. So what answers we are getting in
Yes, sir.
this student? First thing, that it has 4 unpaired electrons. Therefore, it is paramagnetic, student.
Mm-hmm.
Paramagnetic. And I can calculate the spin magnetic moment by using this formula, student. What is that? 4 into 4 plus 2, the square root
Mm-hmm.
of 24, which is, we have told you the less than 5. 4 means something like 4.9 or something, 4.92 Bohr magnetron, something like that. Approximately, I am saying. We told you how to approximate.
Mm-hmm.
This can be calculated experimentally and we'll find it value is coming. Then
Yes,
student,
sir.
hybridization is sp3d2. This is called outer orbital complex. They will ask you
Mm-hmm.
in the
Yes, sir.
paper what is the difference between inner orbital and outer orbital complex. Therefore, student, third point, it is a high spin complex.
Yes, sir.
Because spin, high spin, student, you see value is coming 4.92. And what will be the fourth thing? Geometry, octahedral. Therefore, students, by using valence bond theory, I can predict many things, as you can see. There will be 2 types of
Mm-hmm.
complexes, inner orbital and outer orbital. This is also called spin-free complex. Outer
Yes, sir.
orbital complex or high spin or spin-free complex, student. The electrons are not paired in this case. Note down,
Yes, sir.
student, before I proceed further, note down. Lot of questions will be done because question is coming on this chapter. 100% I am telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the most
Yes, sir.
important thing is it helps in predicting the magnetic properties of the element, students. And we can say that which are how many unpaired electrons will be there, which are paramagnetic, which are diamagnetic. Everything can be obtained because we are going to solve more questions. Especially nickel is important. Nickel complexes have been asked students in the exam.
Okay,
Nickel
sir.
complexes. Okay. Now a question is coming which was asked in the paper. NiCl4 is a high spin complex, student. He says use valence bond theory. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Students, use VBT. Use VBT, student, to predict hybridization.
Mm-hmm.
ठीक है? Geometry
Yes, sir.
of an NiCl4 using VBT. This question is given to you 2 marks. Okay, you have 1 minute to answer before I do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Done.
Almost.
What is the atomic number of nickel? What is the atomic number of nickel, students?
$28, sir.
Nickel, scandium, neodymium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, 20.
28, sir. 28.
Okay, 28. That means it is 4s2 and 3d8. And what is the oxidation state of nickel here, student? What is the oxidation state of nickel? If nickel is X minus 2 minus 4 Cl is equal to minus 2. What is X? What is the oxidation number of nickel?
Sir, it is -2 +4. So plus, yes, +2.
So nickel plus 2. Everything we have to show in the paper, student. You have to work everything. Electrons will be going from where? 4s orbital.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the D count? How do you write D count? D count is 3d8.
Yes, sir.
So what are the orbital, student, then? How do I write? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3d, 4s, 4p, 4d, 1, 2, 3. Now it is a high spin. High spin means it has unpaired electrons, students. How will I write it?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yes, sir.
8. 8. How many unpaired electrons are
Mm-hmm.
there? 2.
Yes, sir.
Unpaired electrons. If any doubt is there, you will tell me. Important question, student. 2.
No, sir, no doubt.
Now, how many ligands are coming? 4. 4Cl minus.
Yes, sir, 4.
What hybridization will take place? Tell me. Hybridization will be what? What is the hybridization, students? First thing, you need 4 orbitals which will hybrid.
Yes, sir.
What is the problem? This 1 and 3, then 4. You have these 4s. 1s and 4p. What do you call sp3? What is the hybridization? sp3. 4. These
Mm.
will donate their lone pair of electrons in 4, student. You will get 4 sp3 hybrid orbital. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this Cl will do 1. 4 Cl are coming. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have lone pair of electron. Lone pair of electron.
Mm-hmm.
Lone pair of electron. Lone pair of electron. ठीक
Yes,
है?
sir.
So hybridization is sp3. How many unpaired electrons? 2. 2 unpaired
2,
electrons.
sir.
Therefore, this will be paramagnetic. Paramagnetic
Mm.
high
Okay.
spin. Is it further, student? Hybridization is sp3.
100.
What is
Yes,
the
sir.
geometry? Tetrahedral.
That's right.
That's tetrahedral geometry, students. Therefore, these are the answers, student, which we got in the case of nickel geometry and hybridization.
Okay, sir.
sp3 tetrahedral geometry. This is what we have to write in the exam. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Question number 3. Question 3. Question 4, students. This a question have been asked in the previous years. We have taken it from that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have 1 minute to answer the question, student. You have to explain the hybridization.
Hello?
Using VBT.
Mm-hmm.
Question will be there in the paper like this. Okay. You have 1 minute to answer the question.
Yes, sir.
Nickel is very important case, student. Repeatedly they are asking question on that.
Yes, sir.
What is the answer? What is hybridization?
Two minutes, sir. 2 minutes. Sir, it is SP3, sir. SP3.
Huh?
Sir, it is SP3.
What is the nickel atomic number? 28. 3D8 4S2.
Yes, sir.
What is the state of the nickel here? What is the oxidation state of nickel? How will you write in the paper, student? What is the oxidation state of nickel here? Tell me the oxidation number of nickel.
Sir, it is no, sir.
Very important question in the paper, let me tell you. You can't write an answer without doing it. Nobody will give any marks for that.
Sir, it is +2.
Where is +2? How it is +2? You have complex Ni. Now everything is wrong then. You will not get any mark. What is the CO? What type of ligand is CO? It is a neutral ligand. We have shown it so much clearly. Then what is that? If nickel is X, students, what will happen? What is the charge? 0?
Yes, sir.
0 charge. Any charge here? 0. Then how?
0.
Equal to 0. X is equal to 0. Nickel is in 0 oxidation state. How you are saying it +2?
Okay.
How you will get the answer then? That is the problem. You have not done correctly, and answer doesn't mean you will get the marks. I am telling you, we have to show it the work, student. This is the configuration. Then what is the happening here? 1, 2, 3, 4 student. 4S, 4P. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4D students. D8 means what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But there are 2 electrons here also.
Yes.
What happens? This has 2 unpaired electrons. But this is diamagnetic information is given. Diamagnetic means what, student? No unpaired electrons. So what will happen? These 2 electrons will be, as the ligands will come, student, is a strong ligand, CO. Carbon monoxide is a strong neutral ligand. What will happen then? We have to show it. This is my 3D, student. These 2 electrons will go where? 1, 2, 3, 4. What happens, student? Very important question. These 2 electrons are moving, student, here. Now this becomes paired and you have 4S and 4P. Got it? This is my 3D. Now everything is paired. It will become diamagnetic. Now you can have these 4 orbitals, student. sp3 hybridization.
Yes, sir.
We have to show it, student. Very important question. You can't find the oxidation number, then what? How we are answering the question? I am saying understand each and every word. One question is coming in the paper. You
yes,
get
sir.
2 marks. If you will try to guess, nothing. Now sp3 hybridization is there, then this complex is then I can write about this, that hybridization is sp3. This is tetrahedral, student, and this will be diamagnetic. There's no no unpaired electron. No unpaired electron, student.
Yes, sir.
Low spin complex. All information is important, student. I am explaining to you each and every word. Be careful. Be careful of what we say. Note it down.
Okay, sir. Copy.
Why I said ki we have done oxidation number, how to calculate. I have shown you a list of ligands, students. Neutral, anionic ligands, both we have
Yes, sir.
shown. Charge on the ligand also we have shown it, because one question is coming in the paper. Be sure. Don't guess it, anything. Nickel is the most important case, because nickel forms large number of complexes of different geometries. Interesting. That's why we
Yes,
have
sir.
it.
Yes, sir.
All right, student, another complex is coming. Now, question number 6, student. NiCN4 is a low spin complex. I use valence bond theory to predict the hybridization.
Hmm.
Second, geometry.
Yes, sir.
And third, magnetic behavior. So you have to find 3 things, students. Very important.
Yes, sir.
Okay, solve it. You have 1 to 2 minutes. No guessing is required, student, then you will be wrong. Very important question for the paper. Very important question for the paper. I am saying,
Doing, sir. Doing, sir. Doing.
take your time. No, no problem. If you have doubt, you can ask me. Students, don't guess work anything, because in the exam, then you will lose mark unnecessarily, student. That is not good. I do not use any shortcut, because it
Hmm.
is going to give a wrong answer.
Yes, sir.
Nickel, atomic number 28. They are not giving you in the exam. You have to learn it now. Because first transition series, I told you, you should learn. Then you are writing 3D8 4S2. What is the nickel oxidation state here, student? X. What is the Cn minus is what type of ligand? -1 charge. Anionic ligand. So what you have? 4 into -1 equal to -2. What is the value of X? +2. So nickel
Yes, sir. +2.
nickel 2 plus will be, these electrons will go, decount, this is called decount, is 3d8. 3d8 student. What information is given? Low spin. Given low spin. Low spin is in what? Let us see how you are writing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3d, 4s and 4p students. If I need 4d, I will take. Otherwise, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This has 2 unpaired electrons. But he is saying low spin. What will happen? This will get paired up. What will happen, student? This will get paired up by the ligand. Ligand Cn minus.
Yes, sir.
This will pair up the electron. What will be the result of that, student, if it pairs? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are paired up. Paired 3d. 4s and 4p. ठीक है? Tell me.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Now, students, there is no unpaired electron. Tell me what will be the hybridization. How many ligands are coming? 4Cn. How many ligands are coming? 4 ligands. How many hybrid orbitals you need? Tell me. How many hybrid orbitals you need, students? For the 4 ligands, how many hybrid orbitals are required? Tell me.
4, sir.
Huh? 4. Where are the 4? This is there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So what,
Right, sir.
what will happen? What is the hybridization then?
DSP2, sir.
DSP2 hybridization. Very important question, student.
Yes, sir.
And what will be the geometry if hybridization is DSP2, student? What is the geometry?
Sir, it is square planar.
Square planar. We have given you the table for that purpose. You have the table.
Yes, sir.
What information you have, student? What type of complex is high spin or low spin?
Sir, it is. Let me remember, sir.
Any unpaired electron? Do you see any unpaired electron?
No, sir. No, sir.
Then it is low spin. High spin means more unpaired electrons.
Yes, sir.
Low spin complex. It is a low spin complex. Paramagnetic or diamagnetic?
Sir, it is paramagnetic. Paramagnetic. So paramagnetic.
What is paramagnetic means? Tell me. When a substance is paramagnetic?
So when there is no unpaired electron.
When there is an unpaired electron. Who told you that? Paramagnetic are those which have unpaired electron. I told you so many times.
Okay.
Paramagnetic are those students which have unpaired.
Diamagnetic. My bad.
So whether it is paramagnetic or diamagnetic, then tell me.
Dia.
Dekho, you have to learn everything. Questions are coming in the paper. See how much information is there by using valence bond theory. What I have used to student valence bond theory to explain
CVT, sir.
every word. Any doubt?
No, sir.
You see, if you have doubt, you can ask. You learn it very clearly, student. This is a very important question in the paper. And I have tried to show you each and every word which books will not explain. They only give the answer. So that is not our
True,
point
sir.
here. And when there are no unpaired electrons, substances are diamagnetic. Only two things here we are talking about. And we can calculate even the magnetic moment.
Hi.
We can even calculate the magnetic moments of these students. If there are unpaired electrons,
True,
we
sir.
can calculate how much will be the value of mu. All right, then this ends the first important theory, valence bond
Yes,
theory.
sir.
In our next lecture, we will discuss a more important theory, student, because this theory cannot predict the color of the coordination compounds. We will
Yes, sir.
discuss
True.
crystal field theory, which will be another theory to explain the color of these coordination compounds. Therefore, we will see you tomorrow for the next theory. What
Okay, sir.
time? What time,
Thank you, sir.
students? The class tomorrow?
Your choice, sir.
Tomorrow class, what time you want?
Your choice, sir. Your choice.
Okay, then I will tell you 3 p.m.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then we'll see
Okay, sir.
you
Thank you.
tomorrow. Okay, good night, and we will meet tomorrow.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.